Golden milk is a traditional Ayurvedic remedy and general tonic for balancing all constitutional types, and it's very good for men, for women, for young, for old. It's pretty much really good for everybody. Now, it's used for enhancing immune function, reducing inflammation of all kinds. It's good for pain relief, it's good for supporting liver detoxification, it's very good for the bones, for the joints. And the way in which we're going to make it in this video, it's going to be very soothing to the nervous system, very calming, and to help you to relax and reduce feelings of anxiety as well. But before we go and make this, you should know that we're going to be using turmeric paste to make this golden milk, and we covered how to make turmeric paste. It's very, very quick and easy. We covered how to do that in this video here. And we also covered how to make your own turmeric powder in this video here, and we covered most of the vast health benefits of turmeric in this video up here. So really, the golden milk is an amazing medicine that we can make at home very quickly, very easily, and it's something that the vast majority of us could definitely benefit from. So let's get on with it. Okay, so first of all, we need the milk portion of our golden milk, and traditionally this was milk from dairy cows. Obviously you can use that so long as you can get hold of good, organic, grass-fed milk. Really, the rest is not worth bothering with for a number of reasons. But in this video, I've basically used sprouted oatmeal to make an oat milk. So this is going to be loaded with a lot of its own nutritional medicine, but oats are actually a relaxing nervine, which means they're very soothing and pacifying to the nervous system, so they can definitely help you to relax, to unwind, to calm down, and just generally feel better, which is an issue for most people the world over right now. So I'm going to use that milk for this recipe. Now, when we're making it, we want to be using about 1 cup of liquid, which is just over 1/4 liter per person. So I got 3 people in my household, so I've put 3/4 liter in there. Now, we want to be using anywhere between 1/2 to 1 teaspoon of the paste per person. We're going to put one good sized teaspoon in per person. Those were pretty big. Maybe the third one will be a bit smaller. Yeah, so we got 3 teaspoons in there, 1 for each person. The next thing we want to add to this is some organic ground black pepper. We don't want to add too much. You know, just a couple of grinds on it is good enough. And if you watched any of the previous videos, then you'll know that the piperine constituent in black pepper makes the curcumin in turmeric 2000% more bioavailable and absorbable by the body. So in this instance, as we're taking turmeric internally, and obviously it's going to go through the digestive tract and through the membrane of the small intestine into the bloodstream, we definitely want to be adding some black pepper to this mixture. So now we just want to bring it over to the stove, put it on a medium heat, and keep stirring it, you know, because we want all of the turmeric paste to dissolve into the liquid. And we're going to cook this for anywhere between 5 to 10 minutes. Now, it is important that we don't overcook this, yeah? We don't need to boil it. We already cooked the turmeric when we made the paste. So the paste is a kind of turmeric extract already. So all we're trying to do here is just infuse that turmeric paste medicine into this liquid. So we really don't need to overcook it. Once it's cooked, we need to just transfer it over to somewhere where it can cool for a while. So obviously once your golden milk has cooled, you're going to want to pour yourself some. What I found is sometimes when you pour it, you still get some of the remaining turmeric powder in your cup, which tends to all sit at the bottom as a kind of sediment, so it's not really a big deal, and, you know, who cares? You can still drink it and swallow it anyway, but I tend to think that, you know, you get a smoother, slightly more pleasant texture to the drink if you strain it when you pour it. Now, this drink is absolutely delicious, but some people don't quite get along that well with the slight bitterness of turmeric. So for people like that, obviously, you can add a small amount of your favorite sweetener. Best off avoiding any kind of refined sugars or anything like that. Try and keep it so it's natural whole food sweeteners. What I'm going to use is a small amount of organic raw honey. Now, the honey doesn't only sweeten this drink, it also acts as a delivery vehicle for the turmeric medicine, so it's actually helping it to absorb even further and actually reach its target within the body. Traditionally, almond oil was added to golden milk, but nowadays almond oil is pretty hard to get hold of. It's hard to get hold of good quality stuff anyway, and it's very expensive. So something that's a little bit more accessible and a really good substitute is sesame oil. But again, make sure it's, unrefined, cold pressed, and it's organic. We really don't need to add a lot. But again, this further helps the delivery of the medicine into the body, and sesame oil in particular is something that's used in both Ayurvedic medicine and Tibetan medicine as a way of pacifying the wind element. So all that's left is to mix everything in nicely and drink. Cheers. Now, we may not all have an excess of the wind element, constitutionally speaking, but generally nowadays it's considered that a lot of chronic illnesses and mental health conditions that so many people are experiencing have an imbalance of the wind element as an integral component in what makes up that condition. So what does that really mean? Well, to cut a long story short, the wind element represents movement. It represents the movement of our bodies, it represents the movement of energies and fluids through our bodies, it represents the movement of our thoughts, the way that our mind works, the emotional states that come and go. So when we have an excess of the wind element in that sense, we become overwhelmed very easily, we become very anxious, we become troubled, we worry a lot, unnecessarily most of the time. So we become very exhausted, very overwhelmed, and this is such a common occurrence nowadays because the very fast-paced modern world that we're living in is encouraging us to multitask everything, to have about 100 different projects going on at once. We struggle to finish even one of them. When you're on the computer, it's so common now. People have like 50 windows open and they're just skipping between one and the other. People are like watching 10 different TV shows at once. People are constantly looking at their phones when they should be paying attention to what they're doing and what's actually right in front of them. So it's all of this, we're being pulled in every direction at once, and this is a very new phenomenon for our species to have to be dealing with this kind of incessant stress that is constantly bombarding us. So it definitely increases the excess of wind element mentally, emotionally, and physically for a lot of us, this kind of lifestyle that we're all leading. So whatever our constitution, this can very much be the case. So it's very important that we find ways, if necessary, of pacifying this wind element internally and actually becoming more stable, more grounded, more peaceful, and just more calm and able to handle our shit more easily, with less drama. So the golden milk can definitely help with this, and this is one of the key reasons why we add the sesame oil, because sesame oil is very heavy, it's very dense, and when we think about the energetic qualities of the wind element, it's very light, it's got a lot of fast movement to it. It can be kind of rough and abrasive, or at least the way it makes us feel can be like that, So when we're trying to pacify the wind element, we want to choose medicines with the different energies, different qualities that oppose that of wind. So for example, the sesame oil is going to be very smooth, very heavy, very dense. It's all the opposite energies of wind, so we can really lower that wind element internally within us. Now, of course, the golden milk can be prepared in a variety of different ways. This is pretty much following the traditional Ayurvedic method with a slight twist. But really, this is absolutely amazing. It's suitable for all types of people, and it could be just so beneficial for so many people. It's very easy to make at home. So I would say that this kind of turmeric golden milk is really an ancient medicine for modern human beings.